Okay, thank you. Okay. So Newton's finite forward difference interpolation formula. So what we are doing, we have an unknown function, that is y of x, whose n plus 1 values are known. Those values are x0 comma y0, x1 comma y1, etc., xn comma yn. So these are the n plus 1 data of that unknown function y of x. Okay. So by using this n plus 1 data, we are going to find an nth degree polynomial, that is yn of x. This one is a polynomial that we are going to find such that y of x is exactly equal to yn of x at the given point. These are the given points. At the given points, yn of x is exactly equal to y of x. In some test book, you can see fn of x here, and here you can see f of x. Okay. So there is no difference. We are going to find the nth degree polynomial by using n plus 1 data. Means if we have 7 data, then n plus 1 is 7, then n is 6. So you can find the 6th degree polynomial by using 7 data. Okay, so this n means the number of means n plus 1 is the number of points. Okay, or n is the order of polynomial that we are going to find. Okay. So please note, if yn of x is an nth degree polynomial, then we can write yn of x as yn of x is equal to a0 plus a1 into x minus x0 plus a2 into x minus x0 into x minus x1 plus a3 into x minus x0 into x minus x1 into x minus x2 plus etc. plus an of x minus x0 into x minus x1 into etc. into x minus xn minus 1, where xi is equal to, the ith x is equal to x0, that is the first x value, plus I into h, where xi is equal to x0 plus I into h. So please note, if you have n plus 1 data, we can write the nth degree polynomial that we are going to find yn of x is equal to this equation. So please note down this equation and also this expression xi equal to x0 plus ih. Okay, so you note it as equation number 1. So please note some important things. If you are going through this polynomial, this equation, you can see that you have n plus 1 s. a0, a1, a2, a3, etc. an means you have n plus 1 s. The coefficient of a0 is 1, means a0 is an independent term. Now what about a1? a1 actually a1 is the coefficient of x minus x0. X is the independent variable and x0 is the data. Okay, so a1 is the coefficient of term x minus x0. So this one is the first degree term. Now what about a2? a2 is the coefficient of second degree term. Why? It is the coefficient of x minus x0 into x minus x1. The first two data, x0 and x1. So x minus x0 into x minus x1 means this one is the second degree term. So a2 is the coefficient of second degree term. a3 is the coefficient of third degree term. It have first three terms, x minus x0, x minus x1, x minus x2, where x is a variable and x0 is the data, means constant. So this one is the third degree term. And a3 is the coefficient of 30 degree term, etc. etc. an is the coefficient of nth degree term. Why it is nth degree term? You can see that each bracket is a first degree term and we have the product of n first degree term, means we have nth degree term. If you are multiplying all this, we have nth degree term. So how many data are? We have n data from x0 to xn minus 1. Please note, xn minus 1 is the nth data and xn is the n plus 1th data. We are interpolating, we are finding a polynomial with nth degree. Okay, so the largest degree that we need is this one. We don't want the next one with x minus xn. That is not required because we are finding an nth degree polynomial only. So please note, the last one is an. That one is the coefficient of x minus x0 into x minus x1 into x minus x2 into etc. into x minus xn minus 2 into x minus xn minus 1. So this one is the nth degree term. This one is the nth degree term. And the coefficient is a. Is it clear, all of you? So, is it clear? Okay. So now, if you are able to write x equal to x0 plus ih, then what is x1? x1 is equal to, if I equal to 1, then x1 is equal to x0 plus 1 into h, right? I equal to 1. So x0 plus 1 into h, that is x0 plus h. Now what about x2? The second data? Second data is equal to x0 plus 2 into h, right? So x0 plus 2 into h. Please note, x0 is the first data, x1 is the second data, so definitely the difference between x1 and x0, that is x1 minus x0 is h. Difference between x2 and x0 is 2h. What is the difference between x2 and x1? h. That is why I am saying the difference between the adjacent x values are always constant, and that value is h. So h is known as a period of the given data. H is known as a period of given data. So always x1 minus x0 equal to x2 minus x1 equal to x3 minus x2 equal to h. Okay, so x2 equal to x0 plus 2h means x2 minus x0 is 2h. Similarly, x3 is equal to x0 plus 3h, etc. etc. What about this xn minus x0, or what about xn minus 1 minus x0, or what is xn minus 1? Xn minus 1 is x0 plus, now what is I? I is equal to n minus 1. So n minus 1 into h. Means by using these terms we can replace equation number 1. So we can modify equation number 1 by using these terms, right? So we can write yn of x is equal to a0 plus a1 into x minus x0 plus a2 into x minus x0, this term, into, we can write x minus x1 as x minus, what is x1? x1 is x0, this is actually in bracket, this is x0 plus h in bracket. So if you are removing that bracket, then we have x0 minus h, because minus sign is common, right? If you are putting a bracket here, then this is x0 plus h, because x1 is equal to x0 plus h. Okay, so please note that. Similarly, so what about a3 into x minus x0 into, next term is x0 minus x1. What is x1? x0 plus h. So minus is common, so we can write x0 minus h. Now here we have x0 minus x2. So we can replace x2 with x0 plus 2h. Minus 1 to multiply by minus 1 to multiply by x0 minus 2h, etc. etc. What about the last term? an into x minus x0 into x minus x0 minus h into etc. into, this term is x minus x0 plus n minus 1 into h. So we can write this one is x0 plus n minus 1 into h. Is it okay? x0 plus n minus 1 into h. This is xn minus 1. So if you are multiplying with the minus sign, we have the last term is, this particular term is x minus x0 minus n minus 1 into h. So please note down this equation as equation number 2. So now we are going to, so please note here we have this is known as Newton's interpolation function, where presently a0, a1, a2, a3, etc. an, that is unknown to us. So the first step is we have to find these values. We have to find the coefficients a0 to a. So for that purpose, we are going to consider this one. We are going to use this concept. What is that? At the given points, yn of x is exactly equal to y of x. Is it okay? So my question is here, at a point x equal to x0, what about the unknown function and the nth degree polynomial yn of x? Both are equal. Am I correct? As per this concept, y of x and yn of x are equal at the given points. So at x equal to 0, this is one point that is given. So at this point, yn of x0, because we are replacing x with x0, that is exactly equal to y of x0. Am I correct? Is it correct? Okay. All of you. Yes, at a given point, so one given point is x0. At this given point, y of x0 is equal to yn of x0. Is it okay? And at a given point x0, what is the value of y? Value of y at x0 is y0. So this y of x0 is nothing but y0. Y of x0 is nothing but y0. What about yn of x0? This is yn of x0, or this one, you can take any one equation. Okay, so take this one. So if you are taking this one, and at x equal to x0, so this is yn of x0. Am I correct? So a0 plus, now this is x0, 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 means all x are replaced with x0, right? So now you can see that except a0, all other terms have a, all other elements have a term x0 minus x0. Here we have an x0 minus x0, means this is cancelled. Here also we have an x minus x0, this is cancelled. Here also we have x minus x0, that is cancelled. Here also we have x minus x0, that is cancelled. So what is yn of x0? What is yn of x0? a0. All other terms are cancelled. Am I correct? So yn of x0 is a0, and that is equal to, what is y of x0? That is y0. So the first coefficient a0 is nothing but y0. Is it clear, all of you? Yes, so please note a0 is y0. Okay, so at x equal to x0, yn of x0 equal to y of x0, that is a0. Now after replacing x with x0 in equation number 2, yn of x0 is a0. So this is the first coefficient, a0 is y0. Now at x equal to x1, so please note this one, this is one important thing, a0 equal to y0. Now at x equal to x1, equation 2 becomes, what is equation 2? Please note, at x equal to x1, what is the value of y of x1? Y of x1 is y1, because one point is x1 comma y1, means corresponding to x1, y1 is the value of y of x. So y of x1 equal to y1. Okay. Now what is yn of x? Yn of x is equal to a0 plus a1 into x minus x0, right, plus a2 into x minus x0 into x minus x1, because a2 is a coefficient of second degree term, plus etc. I am not writing the remaining terms. Okay, so leave it. Okay, so now at x equal to x1, this is yn of x1, so that is equal to a0 plus a1 into x1 minus x0 plus a2 into x1 minus x0 into x1 minus x1 plus etc. Why it is, I am leaving this one. The remaining term also have a x1 minus x1 term. Remaining elements also have an x1 minus x1 term. If you are writing a3 into x1 minus x0 into x1 minus x1 into x1 minus x0. So you can see an x1 minus x1 term. Okay. So you can see that as from a2 onwards we have a term x1 minus x1. So we can cancel the terms from a2 to right side. We can cancel it. This is 0. The remaining terms are 0. This is 0, this is 0, etc. So we have yn of x1 equal to a0 plus a1 into x1 minus x0. Okay, so that is equal to, up to this one, that is equal to what? Y of x1. What is y of x1? y1. Means a0 plus a1 into x1 minus x0 equal to y1. Okay, so y1 is equal to a0 plus a1 into x1 minus x0. Is it clear, all of you? Okay, thank you. So now my question is, okay, so now what is x1 minus x0? Yes, exactly. This is a adjacent data. So x1 minus x0 is that. So I told you x1 is equal to x0 plus h. x0 plus h. So x1 minus x0 is h. So this term is h. Is it okay? So we have y1 is equal to a0 plus a1 into h. Now what is a0 from this one? That is y0. So we can replace a0 with y0. So y1 is equal to y0 plus a1 into h. So my question is, what is a1h? a1h is equal to, except this term, move y0 to this side. So that is y1 minus y0. Is it okay? So by using the finite forward difference, what is y1 minus y0? By using finite forward difference, y1 minus y0 is nothing but delta y0. Is it okay? So a1 is equal to delta y0 divided by h. Okay, so a1 is equal to delta y0 divided by h. So a1 is equal to delta y0 divided by h. So please note a0 equal to y0 and a1 is equal to delta y0 divided by h. Please note a0 equal to y0 and a1 is equal to delta y0 divided by h. Okay. So now at x equal to x2, what is the value of y of x? Or what is y of x2? That one is a given point. Y is unknown function whose given points are x2 comma y2, means y of x2 equal to y2. So now what about yn of x? We can write yn of x is equal to, again a0 is y0. Now we know that a0 plus a1, that is also known, delta y0 divided by h, into x minus x0, okay, plus a2 into x minus x0 into x minus x1. We can write one more equation, one more element, that is a3 into x minus x0 into x minus x1 into x minus x2, x minus x2 x minus x2, and we can neglect the remaining terms. So there is no need to consider. So this is yn of x. So what is yn of x2? Yn of x2 equal to a0 plus a1 into x2 minus x0 plus a2 into x2 minus x0 into x2 minus x1 plus a3 into x2 minus x0 into x2 minus x1 into x2 minus x2 plus etc. So you can see that from a3 term onwards, from a3 element onwards, we have a term x2 minus x2. Means from a3 onwards, we have 0. So what we have? We have first three elements, a0 plus a1 into x2 minus x0 plus a2 into x2 minus x0 into x2 minus x1. My question is, what is x2 minus x0? x2 is equal to x0 plus I equal to 2. So this is 2h. x2 equal to x0 plus 2h. So what is x2 minus x0? We can replace this one with 2h. Yes. So we can replace this x2 minus x0 with 2h. What about x2 minus x1? Yes, because we can write x2 minus x0 as, sorry, x2 minus x1 as x2 minus x0 minus x1 minus x0. We can write x2 minus x1 as x2 minus x0 minus x1 minus x0, because x0 and x0 is cancelled. So x2 minus x0 we already have, that is 2h. x1 minus x0 that is h. So 2h minus h, that is h. Or by using concept we can write it as h, because x2 and x1 are the adjacent data, so the difference is h, because we are considering the finite data. Okay, so this is 2h, this is 2h into h, that is 2h square. We already know a0, that is y0. What about a1? That is delta y0 divided by h. Is it okay? So please note, yn of x2 is equal to y2, this y2, that is a0 plus a1 into x2 minus x0 plus a2 into x2 minus x0 into x2 minus x1. The remaining terms are 0. So that is equal to y2 equal to, what is a0? a0 is y0 plus, what is a1? Delta y0 divided by h into 2h plus a2, that is unknown for a time being, a2 into, this is 2h into the last one is h. Okay, so except a2 into 2h square, we can move all other terms to this side. So we can write a2 into 2h square, that is this term, that is equal to y2 minus y0 minus 2 delta y0. Why it is 2 delta y0? Here we have delta y0, then h and h are cancelled, the remaining one is 2. So that is minus, if you are moving these 2 delta y0 to this side, we have minus 2 delta y0. So please note, a2 into 2h square is equal to y2 minus y0 minus 2 delta y0. So what is delta y0? This is a first forward finite difference at y0. So that is equal to, next value is y1 minus y0. So we can expand this term. By expanding this term, we have y2 minus y0 minus 2 into y1 minus y0. So this is delta y0. y2 minus y0 minus 2 into y1 minus y0. Is it okay? So now, by expanding this one, you can see that this is y2 minus 2y1 plus y0. y2 equal y2 minus 2y1 plus y0. What is this term? So what delta square y0, that is a second finite forward difference, second order finite forward difference at y0, that is equal to its next value, that is delta y1 minus its current value delta y0. Okay. So delta y1 is equal, if you are expanding this delta y1 is y2 minus y1. y2 is the next value, y1 is the current value. So y2 minus y1 minus, if you are expanding delta y0, its next value is y1 minus current value is y0. So this is y1 minus y0. Is it okay? So this is equal, if you are removing this bracket, you can see that this is equal to y2 minus 2y1 plus y0. So delta square y0 is this term. This term is nothing but delta square y0. Or you can find this one in another fashion. Delta square y0 is equal to, what is delta square? What is the corresponding shift operator? Delta is e plus 1. Delta is e plus 1 or e minus 1? e minus 1 item, e minus 1. So that is delta. So e minus 1 square by 0. Okay. So please go through the last class. So delta is e minus 1. So delta square is e minus 1 whole square into y 0. So the expansion of this one is e square minus 2e plus 1 into y 0. So e square y 0 means the second nested data of y 0, that is y2, minus 2 into e y 0 is the nested data of y 0, that is minus 2y1 plus y 0. Okay, so two way you can derive this term. So delta square y 0 is nothing but y2 minus 2y1 plus y 0. So that is equal to delta square y 0. So please remember this term. Delta square y 0 is y2 minus 2y1 plus y 0 for the derivation purpose only. Okay, is it clear all of you? So a2 into 2h square is equal to delta square y 0. So now what is a2? I am writing a2 is equal to. So now I am going to generalize the equation. So before that, a2 is equal to delta square y 0 divided by 2h square from this one, and I am, instead of 2 I am writing 2 factorial. Means I told you I am going to generalize the equation. So a2 is equal to delta square y 0 divided by 2 factorial into h square. So that is a2. So please remember, a0 is equal to y0, a1 is equal to delta y0 divided by h, a2 is equal to delta square y0 divided by 2 factorial h square. Now I am going to write the last term, that is an is equal to delta raised to n y0 divided by n factorial into h raised to n. An is equal to delta raised to n y0 into divided by n factorial into h raised to n. Okay, so please note, so this equation is sufficient. You can write the general one, an is equal to delta raised to n y0 divided by n factorial into h raised to n, where n is varying from 0 to n. If it is 0, delta raised to 0, so we can remove this term, y0 divided by 0 factorial h raised to 0, that is simply y0. If it is 1, then delta y0 divided by h. If it is 2, delta square y0 divided by 2 factorial h square. So there is no need to write the remaining terms. Please note this final term, an is equal to delta raised to n y0 divided by n factorial into h raised to n. Okay, so I think you all understood this derivation. Okay, so please note yn of x, the function that we are finding, it is known as interpolated function, and the process is known as interpolation. Okay, by using tabulated point, by using the given point, we are finding yn of x. So the process is known as interpolation, and the corresponding nth degree polynomial is known as the interpolated function. Now, by using this given data, if you want, you can find a new point also. It is known as extrapolation. Okay, so in some situation you can find a new point by using the given points. If already you have yn of x, then directly you can use this interpolated function yn of x. If you don't have yn of x, then by using the given data you can directly find the new point without this yn of x. That is also possible. If yn of x is available, just substitute the new x into this equation yn of x. It will give the new y value. Okay, it will not be 100% accurate, but we can find. We have some information. We can collect some information by using the given data. Okay, so you all know the interpolated function, that is yn of x is equal to a0 plus a1 into x minus x0, etc., etc. That one is noted as equation number 2. So please go through that equation. Okay, so now we are going to extrapolate the new point. The new point is xp, where the relation between xp and x0 is xp is equal to x0 plus p into h. P into h. Earlier we had written an equation xi is equal to x0 plus ih. What is the difference between these two equations? This equation is used to relate the given x values with respect to x0. And what is the important thing here? I is an integer. Here I is an integer. Here p is a floating point. May or may not be integer. That we don't know. Because this one is corresponding to the new point. So the new point may or may not satisfy the finite condition. It is not sure. Okay. So if it is satisfying the finite condition, then p will be an integer. Otherwise, p is a floating point. So please note, this is used for extrapolation purpose only, and this is used for the interpolation purpose. Okay. So please note the difference. I is always an integer. P may or may not be an integer. Normally, floating point, fractional number. Okay. So okay, xp is equal to x0 plus ph. We are going to find the new point. That is xp, x equal to x0 plus ph, or for convenience, for a small duration we can write it as xp is equal to x0 plus ph, where xp is the point. Later we can relax this one, we can remove this p. If you are removing this p, then x will be a variable. If x is a variable, p is also a variable. Why? x0 is the given data, that is constant, h is also constant, this one is a period, that is also constant. Then x is variable means p is also a variable. Only p is a variable. So later we can relax that. For a time being, assume that this one is a new point xp that is fixed. Then if it is fixed, p is also fixed. Am I confusing you? Okay. Okay. So now what is our interpolation function? Interpolation function is yn is equal to a0, that is y0. Now a0 is y0 plus a1. A1 is delta y0 divided by h into x minus x0, x minus x0. Okay, plus etc. Sorry, one more time we can write a2. A2 is delta square y0 divided by 2 factorial h0. So we can write 2 factorial is 2 into h0. To h0 into x minus x0, x minus x0. X minus x0 into x minus x1 plus etc. Actually, it is not infinite series, it is finite. A last term is the corresponding to a. For a time being, forget about the remaining term. So this is a nth degree polynomial. We have an nth term also, nth element also. So now, if you are substituting, so I told you for a time being, this is p, xp is equal to x0 plus p. Assume that this one is a point. Now later we can relax this one. If it is a variable, then you actually we are going to derive the extrapolation function. That is, we are going to find the new point xp. So we can modify this equation. Later you can see that if you are relaxing this one, if x is a variable, we can assume p is a variable. Then at that point you can see that extrapolation function itself will act as an interpolation function. You can see that later. Okay. So for a time being, xp is equal to x0 plus ph. So replace x with xp. So please note, we are going to find yn of xp. That is yp. That is yp. A new point we are going to find. Yp is equal to yn of xp. So replace x with xp. So xp minus x0. This is xp minus x0 into xp minus x1, etc. So yp is equal to, so this yp is equal to y0 plus delta y0 divided by h. Now what is xp minus x0? Please remember the equation xp equal to x0 plus ph. So what is xp minus x0? ph. xp minus x0 is ph plus delta square y0 divided by 2h square, here a square term is also there, 2h square into what is xp minus x0? Ph. Xp minus x0 is ph into what is xp minus x1? Any idea? We can write xp minus x1 is equal to xp minus x0 minus x1 minus x0. You can see that this x0 and x0 are cancelled, so later we have xp minus x1. So what is xp minus x0? Ph. Minus what is x1 minus x0? H. So h is a common term, so we can write p minus 1 into h. Right? So this xp minus x1 is p minus 1 into h plus etc. So you can see that here in this is the first term corresponding to a1. Here h and h are cancelled. Here this is the second term. Here we have denominator we have 2h h square. Here we have h and here also we have h. So h and h are cancelled. So what is left? We can write yp is equal to y0 plus p into delta y0 plus what is the next one? P into p minus 1 divided by 2 factorial into delta square y0 plus etc. The term corresponding to an is p into p minus 1 into p minus 2 into etc. into p minus of n minus 1 into delta raised to n y0 divided by n factorial. You can see that. Okay. So I am repeating this. We can see that after replacing x with xp, then yp is equal to yn of xp, that is equal to y0 plus p into delta y0 plus p into p minus 1 divided by 2 factorial into delta square y0 plus p into p minus 1 into p minus 2 divided by 3 factorial into delta cube y0 plus etc. plus p into p minus 1 into p minus 2 into etc. into p minus n minus 1 divided by n factorial into delta raised to n y0, where p is equal to the new point xp minus the first point x0 divided by h. So this equation is known as extrapolation equation. This is the equation that we have to use for extrapolation. In order to find the new data corresponding to xp, we have to use this equation. So yp is equal to yn of xp, and we are assuming that it is also equal to y of xp. That is actually not true. So that is equal to y0 plus p into delta y0 plus p into p minus 1 divided by 2 factorial into delta square y0 plus etc. plus p into p minus 1 into p minus 2 into etc. into p minus n minus 1 divided by n factorial into delta raised to n y0, where p is equal to xp minus x0 divided by h. So please note down this type. So please note, if instead of xp, if you are writing x itself, then x is a variable, then p is a variable, then this extrapolation function is nothing but interpolation function. Okay, so we already derived an interpolation function, that is yn of x is equal to y0 plus delta y0 divided by h into x minus x0 plus, that one is actually the true interpolation function. Here this one is a extrapolation function with an assumption that if x is a variable or if xp is a variable, Then P is a variable. If P is a variable, this is nothing but the interpolation. Means we can utilize extrapolation function for interpolation. That is also possible. Okay. So later in day after tomorrow we will use this type of equation. Okay. So any doubt?